Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen, and thank you for tuning in for another week of midweek mantras. I hope that everybody is having a wonderful Wednesday. As always, I'm just going to start a little bit with what was going on in my mom week, and then we'll dive into the mantras. Okay, so I know I talked about this last time, but I just got back from a girls' trip to Carmel by the sea with my cute girlfriends, and it was the most amazing trip. I had never been to Carmel, and everything was just so beautiful. So many good food places, incredible weather, and best group of girls, or women, I should say. I feel really lucky to have a great group and a community around me that fill my cup, and I know how lucky that is. So I don't take that for granted for a second. And just with the play date and everything, my goal has always been to bring people together and to create a community of moms where we can rally around each other and lift each other up and be a safe place for people to drop their mom confessionals and leave any mom guilt at the door. Everybody is just trying their best, and that's what we want over here on the Playdates. So back to the girls trip, it was incredible to disconnect. I feel as a mother, it's very important for me to get away and do these girls trips periodically. And I need that. I need to have the adult conversations. I need to have friends. I love doing my cookbook club and my book club and girls' nights, but it's so nice, that extra layer of just getting away, staying in another place, experiencing new things together. So overall, incredible weekend. I did, toward the end, I always kind of get restless to get home and be home to my kids. I am a very routine and particular type of person. So it feels good to be back home, sleeping in my bed, having all my things, and just being back with my kids and family. I loved coming back and just being able to snuggle in my bed with my girls, and I just really miss them, and it was great. It's good to miss your people. So yeah, that's kind of what happened in my week. I also, for those of you that are on YouTube, and I'll just kind of talk through it, I got this boot. This is probably gross and TMI, but it affects my day-to-day, so I'll talk about it. I had a plantar's wart on my foot for years, and last year I decided to get it taken care of. And so I've been doing treatments on it since October and have been doing things like blistering beetle venom, which sounds like Harry Potter, some chemotherapy injections, freezing, the cryotherapy. And my tissue is just so damaged that now I need to be in a boot for I don't know how long, but I am happy about the boot. My foot's been hurting so bad that I'm grateful to have any sort of relief and walking around, and it's better for chasing my kids. And I feel like I can still do my things, and I am not going to let it hold me back, but excited to heal and get that foot better because it has been super painful and has prevented me from doing quite a few things like exercising. I had to put training for my 10K on hold, which that is okay. I'm in a season of nurturing and taking care of my body, which is awesome. So if anybody wants the link for my new fall boot, hit me up. But yeah, so that's one of my new things. And then today was an awesome day. My sister, who I have been begging to come on the podcast and share one of her birth stories, she is an incredible mom. Honestly, one of the best moms I know. I call her for everything and look up to her a lot. She is the most gentle, kind, sweet human being, has the best advice Her kids are incredible and are so well-mannered and honestly so great. And I'm not just saying that because they are my niece and nephews, but she's an incredible mom. And I feel lucky to be close to her as well. So she actually came up to spend the day with me. So we got lunch, she ran some errands. I put her to work a little bit and we just got to chat and catch up. So the day's been super amazing. I felt productive, but also got to spend time with family, which is always great. So, yeah, that's a little bit about my week and day today. Now, on to mantras. As I was looking, I saw this post that was, I wish we discussed, and it was all about motherhood. And again, brings me back to the reason why we wanted to do the play date is just to open up the dialogue and have those conversations that you didn't know were certain things. So I would love to walk through some of these. This says, I wish we discussed thoughts on co-sleeping, sleep training, and crying it out. I think that people have a hard time with all of those things. And um, I know I wish it was discussed just a little bit more. How to support my postpartum body with body positivity and or body neutrality. This I for sure wish was discussed enough. And I try to be super, super positive about how I talk about my body, especially having young girls, because just like we talked about last midweek mantra, like your voice becomes their inner dialogue. And I want them to know that it is a beautiful process. Giving birth, creating a human being is one of the most incredible things in this life. That can be true while also maybe not loving the way your body looks right now. I know for me, I gave birth to a 9-pound baby that was 22 and a half inches long. So big old baby. And I had stretch marks and I had a really hard time with accepting my new body post mom. I think it goes without saying that everything just kind of shifts and looks a little bit different. And it wasn't until actually my cousin's wife posted this post and it was basically just like a picture of her stomach and she was talking about it. And I like remember just reading that and crying and being like, I used to hate my stretch marks and now it's like kind of like a badge of honor, if you will. Like it created for her 3 incredible babies and like what a gift that is. And I think it's all about shifting your perspective, but it can be hard. And I think it's okay to say, I will learn to love my body, my new body. You don't have to bounce back. Nobody says that. Another one that I loved was how we'll spend non-working downtime. And I think that this one is not just like if you are either working outside the home or inside the home. I think it's also just like things around the house, non-working. I am by nature just like love to be a busy human being. I'm a chronic overcommitter. And I have for years been working on the narrative that like, no, I'm not lazy. I just need rest. Rest is essential and you don't always need to be productive and busy. And I know that sometimes that is hard because there is always things that can be done. But yeah, what kind of things do you do to recharge your soul? It doesn't always have to be, I think people also think like downtime's like laying down and having a nap. It can be activities. And yeah, I wish people did talk more about non-working downtime. Okay, this one, I won't go too much into detail on it, but I myself struggled with this one. How to stay connected if your sex drive changes. And I think that's inevitable too. Like there's so many hormonal changes, physical changes, things that happen, and seriously, bringing a new life into this world. So that is an adjustment and it is hard to work through. And I know for me, I am lucky that I have people that will talk about that, but I know that not everybody is that way. And I just like, I want to open up the dialogue and have it be an open conversation and an open discussion. And then lastly, the other one is how to support my postpartum physical rehab and nutritional needs. I, again, was one of the lucky ones that had diastasis and needed some therapy for that. I actually was going to physical therapy before I gave birth for my second, just for like hip realignment. And I think that people don't know that. I think they think that after having a baby, things just feel different, but there's certain things that feel different. And then there's certain things that aren't normal. And I wish that that was more talked about, and how easy it is to get the support and get those resources. Sometimes as simple as asking, but also I understand that there are time constraints and locations and things like that, but there are so many even free resources available. And it is an important part of taking care of yourself is getting the proper nutrition and helping those muscles and helping, things get back to, not, I don't want to say back to normal, but back to a new normal. And they can dramatically help you to feel more like yourself postpartum. So those are a couple of the little nuggets that I found this week. As always, like, I hope this goes without saying, but if you ever need a friend to reach out to, please, please, please comment. We want to really foster a community of openness, and we just appreciate you all for listening. So we will see you next time on Midweek Mantras.